champ. This is your show.
You're the CEO for a reason.
Hello, everyone. Tonight,
I gotta let Leonard do the introduction, and the reason why is because y'all know how it is. If I get in the ring with one of my fighters, I'm still in the shine, and if I don't show up, I'm hating. So let that Leonard do it.
I just wanted to introduce Mayweather Promotions' most recent signee. He's a future world champion. He had an outstanding performance tonight. He's 1-0, and he's on his way to greatness. Curmel Moton.
I gotta show my fighter a little bit more love than that. You realize, we put our lives on the line. It's blood, sweat, and tears. See, a lot of y'all sit behind the computer and write about us fighters, but you guys never take the time out to really go in the gym and see what these guys go through. Now, on media day, you guys do show up, and we appreciate it, because without the media and the support from the people from all walks of life around the world, we wouldn't be where we at. So I want to say thank you to all the media, the different media outlets. Kevin, you guys have been with me, what, 27 years? So, I know what it takes when it's a fight of this magnitude, and I was the same young fighter before, and I had a dream. So I'm proud of you. And it's no different from other young fighters that I believed in, that I said was going to be good and great someday. Just like Javante Tank Davis, he was in the same shoes you were in, and they didn't believe, but then when it happened, they believed, then all the jealousy came. So I'm proud of you, and I'm pretty sure they got a few questions for you. Come on up.
Well, champ. Hey.
Welcome, young man.
Come on, Kevin. I need you.
We didn't see the fight. We were in here.
What?
Yeah. How you feel? Tell us how you felt in here. Tell us how you felt.
Yo. I got one. Hey, Curmel, what's up, brother? Congratulations on your first win, debut. You put him out pretty quickly, you know what I'm saying? This being your first fight, was there any jitters? How did you feel actually, kind of breaking yourself in?
I felt ready, I had a great camp with my team, and I know I had Floyd behind me. He believes in me, so I had the utmost confidence going into this fight, and I went in there and did what I do.
I just had one other one. I had the chance to talk to Leonard this week. He said that you graduated from Floyd Mayweather University. He said you've been with him since he was about 5 years old.
About 8 years old.
Yeah, Floyd, how you've seen it all. How far do you feel like, just based on seeing them and training them, that Curmel will go?
Well, he's only 17 years old. He's only 17. And a lot of amateur experience. International experience. But, and it's crazy, my Uncle Jeff, he's right there, he has the Mayweather channel, so you guys can show love and support him on YouTube. But with this being said, Jeff he got a lot of, solid fighters in the gym, and these guys work with one another every day and push each other to be great. And at 8 years old, 9 years old, I always told him in due time. Everything takes time, and I feel like, the timing is right. Even if he still want to go to the Olympic Games, we still want to put him in the Olympic Games, but why not get him started right now? And Leonard, Showtime, Stephen, I want to say, thank you just for believing in me. When no one else believed in me, you guys believed in me. When I came to you guys, and I said, this is the deal that I want. And the deal that I wanted was, the deal that I had couldn't have no limit on it. Just me being with you, and when I talk about this to everyone, when you look at certain athletes' careers, when you look at Michael Jordan's career, Michael Jordan got with a company which was Nike. In America, we like to call it Nike, even though it's Nike. It was a $300 million company. He turned that company became a $168 billion company. And Michael Jordan don't own nothing from that company. Whereas with me, I gambled on myself. And with that $750 million came from you guys. So I just want to say thank you. And today, the things that I'm able to do for these young fighters is, even with today, with him going out there fighting, I was able to get him sponsorship where he was able to make more money with the sponsorship than when he fought. So, and then what we're going to do is teach these kids about being financially responsible so that when he's my age, he's living okay. So I'm very proud of you. We're going to make sure that you invest in real estate, like myself, and make some smart investments so you don't end up like a lot of other athletes. And we don't want the sport of boxing to retire you. You want to be able to retire from the sport when you're ready, so you can be like me, articulate well, and you still got all your faculties. So I'm proud of you. You're only 17, so you have a lot, and a lot of stories they want to write. You're gonna have good stories. You're gonna have bad stories, but it's up to you to know what you want out here in this world. You stay positive, you keep believing, and you surround yourself with positive people, and anything can happen.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotion, Showtime, and I just appreciate it.
Curmel, right here in the front row. Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. So my question is, and this is sort of to piggyback off what Floyd just said. You've been with it around since a little boy, and I'm sure him and Leonard have taught you and sort of preached the hard work that it takes in the ring. What have you learned watching him as a young man growing into 17 years old outside the ring, of how you have to carry yourself, and not as a boxer, but as a grown man?
Like Floyd said, I've learned just how to handle myself, the way he carries himself with confidence and stands on his business, and I just plan to follow his footsteps and be the next big thing.
My question is for...
I want to piggyback off that question. I want these young guys to be better than me. I really want these young fighters to be better than me outside the ring. Remember, I didn't have, you got to realize I come from a real rough background. Very, very rough background. And even though I had a great father, and I say great because without my father, all of this wouldn't be possible. So I want him to be better than I was. All the certain mistakes that I made, I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to be there for me, to teach me certain things. But I want everyone to know, my children, every day I wake up, I'm happy that God has blessed me with healthy children. A lot of things that we take for granted, and those are the things that I don't take for granted. Yes, I had a great career. Yes, I made a bunch of money. But one of the most important things about my career was my defense. It's just like when you guys look at guys like Sugar Ray Robinson, and you guys look at certain fighters like Muhammad Ali. There's nothing great about taking punishment, being able to talk, voicing your opinion, and then when you're in a position where you can't talk and you can barely walk, the world want to say that, oh, you're the greatest. If I got to be put in that position to be great, then that's not for me. As you guys can see, I have my grandson there with me today, and that's a great thing that I'm able to play with him. I'm still able to do exhibitions, travel the world, and like I said before, I didn't do this all by myself. You guys, the stories that you guys wrote helped. Whether it was a negative story, a positive story, you guys kept my name out there. And I will put him in a position to keep his name out there in a more positive light. So I'm proud of you. Leonard's proud of you. Mayweather Promotions is proud of you. And a lot of these media guys, I want you to look at them, because you got to turn the non-believers into believers. Because all these guys for many, many years said, oh, this is the guy that's going to beat Floyd, and this is the guy that's going to beat Floyd, and I proved them all wrong. So It's about self-preservation as a law of the land. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else can believe in you.
This is for Curmel and for Floyd, if you can answer this. We were with Shakur Stevenson yesterday. He had very high praise for you. He spoke about not in detail about the sparring, but just he was so impressed with you at the sparring earlier this year. And when he was asked who you remind him of, he said Naoya Inoue, which is pretty high praise. I'm just wondering what you think of that, Floyd. Maybe who he reminds you of.
Yeah, I've known Shakur for a long time during the amateurs. He watched me grow up in the amateurs too, and with the comparison, I mean, Inoue's a solid fighter. He has skills. He's fast, strong, but I feel like I'll be a lot bigger than him. I'll be a lot better fighter than him when it's all said and done. And I'm just getting started. I'm 17. It's my pro debut, and I feel like I have a lot of potential, and I'm gonna show it.
I can't really say who his style is like. You know, that kid from Japan, he's a hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter. And what we doing in today's time, we making dream matches. No different from, we done the Mayweather Canelo, we done the Mayweather McGregor, we done the Mayweather Pacquiao. We do the biggest matches out there. So in due time, we never know. It can be him. And I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but the kid from Japan, if that's okay, no disrespect. But and we know Shakur is one hell of a fighter, and soon he'll be in a position where he's beating everybody. Then eventually, everybody be calling you out. No different from everybody wants to fight Tank. This is how it works in the sport of boxing. At one particular time, I wanted to fight everyone. It was very difficult. It was very hard. Then once I became the man, damn near 20 years, I was the man, and every fighter wanted to fight me. So that's how it works. But I want these media guys to, take some time out their schedules, sometime and just go to the gym and see how these fighters run. Follow them when they go home. See how they live. This kid come from nothing like myself. So when these kids come from nothing, and when he was a kid, when he didn't have nothing, I make sure that I was there. So these are the things that we don't talk about, or we don't, I don't glorify, because when I do certain things, I do it with just a beautiful heart for a kid like this. Yeah. When he was a kid, if him and his father, Curtis, can barely make ends meet, I want to make sure that their rent was paid. I want to make sure they had food in their refrigerator. When I get on the podium and I win a fight, I never talk about these things. Mark my word, remember this. Within 24 months, he'll be a multi-millionaire. Remember, I told you that. Now mark it down, because I told you guys before. Remember, I told you guys about certain things. I told you guys about Gervonta Tank Davis. You guys enlisted. I told you about how easy the Pacquiao fight was going to be. You guys said it wasn't. So, I'm like Nostradamus. Y'all know when I predict something, it's going to be what it's going to be. So, within 24 months, he'll be a millionaire.
That's right, champ.
Hey, Curmel, right here. Right here.
What up? This is Skip Brown from Dante's Boxing Nation. Congratulations, young man, on a great victory. I have a two-part question, one for you and one for
Dante, I think he be in my gym, don't he?
So my first question to you is, you're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating myself on?
Oh, God.
What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who had the highest game? Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that.
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
No disrespect, Chad. No disrespect. No, my question is both of us.
I didn't do this. No, I did.
My question to you first, Curmel. How does it feel to be back?
Hurry up, we're gonna let Canelo come.
All right, by the greatest of all time. How's it feel to be backed by him? And now you took your first step into creating your own greatness. And Floyd, my question for you is, what was it like for you? What was going through your mind after your first victory?
We can't be disrespectful. When he gets to a certain level, we gotta let Canelo come here. You know, no disrespect. Canelo is the main event.